Should you get the 11-inch or 13-inch iPad? I've owned in the past a 10.5-inch iPad as well as this 13-inch iPad Air. I'm going to give you a few clues that should be able to help you based on my experience. This iPad I primarily got for drawing with my Apple Pencil. It has a nice big screen, which is perfect for when you are drawing, especially if you're drawing mostly at home or in an office. Where this suffers is where you would use an iPad for almost anything else, which is on the go. Because on a 13-inch screen, I have enough room for my canvas for my drawing, and then I can also put up references, or in my case where I'm doing comics, I can also have my script open over here, and iOS 26 with the floating windows makes this very easy to work with. So I love it for that kind of multitasking productivity. If you are a creator, a 13-inch iPad is fantastic. If you are consuming content on your iPad primarily, the 13-inch is gigantic. You can probably even tell when I'm holding it. Even in the iPad Air, once you put a case on it, pretty heavy. I mean, I'm amazed this iPad Air is as light as it is without a case. But even then, it can be a little unwieldy after a while. I'll take the case off and I'll do things like some admin work on here, and it's still great if I'm sitting. When I want to walk around, forget it. I used to use my 10.5 to read things like books and comics. I haven't really done that as much on here, mostly because I'm a new dad and I'm busy. But also, it's just not as ideal for that sort of thing. Now, I have an iPhone 13 mini. So I really went to the opposite ends of the extreme here. And a middle category like an iPad mini would make a lot of sense. If you have the big bucks, I'd honestly maybe recommend going for a 13-inch and an iPad mini. If you really only want to spend the money on one, which most of us should only need to do that, if that, get the 11-inch. Even for drawing, I used to draw comics on there, and it was okay for that. It wasn't as good for holding up my references and things like that as well. But if you're doing that kind of like dual screen setup like I am with a Mac, you could also have that stuff on your Mac screen too. So it's not the end of the world. For me, it's perfect for the singular use case I got it for, which is drawing. If you also wanted to use it as somebody who wants a laptop replacement, I would definitely go for the 13-inch because my MacBook Pro that I'm recording this on right now is a 14-inch. These screens are pretty close in size. If you want a laptop replacement, 13-inch. If you want to do creation of some kind, video editing, drawing, 13-inch. If you want to watch YouTube, if you want to read books, if you want to play games, the 11-inch is going to be so much easier to hold and lighter. Once you put a case on, it's still going to remain lighter. If you like these kinds of tips, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.